the state is broken up into regions. People from South Louisiana are Cajuns. People from Central to North Louisiana are more just, regular Southern, like the Duck Dynasty people and Terry Bradshaw. I just said, I'm tired of hearing about it, me.
Oh, God.
That's a Cajun thing. Let's say, I'm tired of hearing about it, me, instead of myself.
Yeah, that is jarring.
And I've never done that. I've never done that unless I was doing it in jest. You ever done that? You?
I have never done that, me, until now. Not once that I can think of. Nope.
Go Tigers. That's what I feel like now. I feel like I'm on swamp people all of a sudden. The swamp people.
God, I'm struggling.
So now you sick.
I'm sick.
Everybody's sick.
Yeah. My wife had it. Now the baby has it. I've got it. She's over it now. Jody's been sick and Boy's been sick. And
I'm going to tell you like I tell them, I better not get sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I got, I'm fighting a war this weekend. I got to get out there. I got to fight for our freedom, man.
Mine started yesterday on the way to Kinder Music. Where I'm sitting around going, what am I doing? What am I doing? I thought about you, TJ. At one point, the lady said, Dax was sitting on Amanda's lap, and she was just, stretch their arms across their body and give him a big squeeze. And when she did that to Dax, he kind of jerked away. She goes, ooh. He goes, maybe to do that a little more often, his back muscles might be tight. And I wanted to go, or it could be the fact that since the day he was born, he hates having his arms covered up. As long as he's been alive, if you put a blanket over him, the first thing he does is just take his little arms out. He doesn't like having his arms covered up. Like, let's don't get too carried away, ma'am.
I picture this woman wearing baggy hemp kind of linen pants that have elastic at the ankles, but they look like genie pants, no shoes, purple hair, septum ring, hairy armpits.
No.
It's quite an image.
Yeah.
Well, but it's a stereotype.
Right.
Sure.
That's
Jeans
the way
and a red
all,
top.
All liberal women look like
spiky black hair. I think she does have a nose ring, not a septum ring. There might be a nose ring. I'm not sure. I don't remember or not. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's.
Did you ask Amanda if I could go in your place one day just to
I did.
hassle that lady?
No, I don't want to cross that bridge. I don't think she wants to hassle that lady.
Just to have fun with it.
I don't think she wants that.
Just have fun with it.
I don't think.
Does she buy into all that, or she knows it's ridiculous?
No, she knows. 'Cause we were laughing last week
good.
about when she said, "Don't tell him good job. Tell him you did it."
Yeah, internalize it.
Yeah, he needs to internalize his success and not seek it elsewhere.
Is that what she says? Say when you're spanking him too.
Oh, yeah. I should have asked her that.
Don't tell him he did a bad job.
Right.
When you're spanking him, tell him
What do I
you
say?
did it. You did it.
What do I say to him when I'm spanking him? I got to remember that for next week. That's a good
whooping
question.
It's not the news, it's more important. Now trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, so Trump is trending this morning. He announced his vice presidential candidate picks last night during a town hall. Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida. Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina. Tulsi Gabbard. And
So this is who he's narrowed it down to these 3 or 4 people. I don't know. Yeah.
He definitely looks at it like an American Idol situation. He's like, I'm going to announce the names and the best winner, But Vivek Ramaswamy, who was a former candidate in the race, now also among the list of potential people that could be.
And that's what Vivek was wanting to begin with, I think. I think the whole time he was running for vice president or a cabinet position. Because you can't be running against someone and then do nothing but praise your opponent nonstop, which is what he did. Tulsi Gabbard, well, she's out saying some good things. At the core of it, she's still a Democrat. And I don't trust them. I do not trust them. Then again, Trump was a Democrat too before he ran for president, pretty much.
Absolutely. Equally as important, the world is talking about Machine Gun Kelly's new tattoo. Check that out.
Yeah, he's covered all of his arms and from his neck to just underneath his chest, covered now in black.
And he said, I was surprised that he didn't say something dramatic about it. He said it's a spiritual thing.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
I don't know. I laughed and kept going when I saw
It's a
that.
spiritual thing to get a tattoo?
I don't know. You know, they got to be dramatic. And by they, I mean most celebrities, but especially him and Megan Fox Kelly. Machine Gun Megan.
Yeah, if your name's Machine Gun, you probably are a little dramatic.
Well, I just think that, this is probably an unpopular opinion amongst the young people, but he's got issues. He's got problems. He's got mental conditions that need to be dealt with.
That's probably true.
No sane person does that. I'm telling you.
Didn't he want people to call him Machine from now on, though?
Machine.
Now we're getting into the name changing.
Well, I mean, he learned that from Puffy.
Yeah.
Beyonce has debuted at the top of Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart yesterday. I think the second female to ever do it, other than Taylor Swift. So that's crazy. Her other song, 16 Carriages, debuted at number 9. So,
well, I will say this. One of the songs is good, the other one's not.
You like one of them?
Yeah, but I still say it's not country, but it's good.
Okay.
What's the first one?
Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em. That's a good song. It's got a little groove to it and all that, but it's not country. It doesn't fall under what country music genre is. And I know I'm the authority on this.
That's what I wanted to ask last week, because we were talking about Reba and whatnot. And I was, who's making the decision? So it's not Billboard. Whatever they put on there is not necessarily country.
Well, there's an argument to be made about a lot of the current country music today as to whether or not it's follows the real country recipe of being a country song. I say a lot of it doesn't. Mm-hmm. But I mean, times change and all of that, and I get it. But there should be a different category. It should be called pop country or something like that.
Oh, okay, interesting.
You can just imagine the radio stations you could have and make money from. You have your traditional country and your pop country.
Yeah, sure. Travis Kelce is back out in Las Vegas after spending just a little bit of time in Kansas City. So I think that's probably a weird time. You win the Super Bowl, your name is on everybody's lips. You are now like the most well-known person in the world. And then it all just stops after the Super Bowl. Your girlfriend's gone. Yeah. I think you're probably just sitting in your house looking around like, oh my God, I need a little bit of that juice back. So he flies back out to Vegas with all of his friends, and they had him on the golf course. They had him in this Mexican steakhouse.
And I think a lot of times this is what most players do at the end of a season. They take a week or two off. They don't train. They take a couple of weeks. They go on vacation, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. So it's not that atypical. It's just that there's such a spotlight on him right now.
Yeah, that's why I
back
think
in Vegas.
It's not your typical athlete ending a season situation.
Because there was some coach that just recently referred to the fact that when the All-Star break for the NBA was coming up, he goes, half our team was in Cabo last night, meaning their head was in Cabo because they got blown. He's like, they don't care. They're ready to go on vacation for 3 or 4 days. So
I think he's dealing with a unfamiliar level of kind of adrenaline pumping through his system.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. Hopefully he keeps his nose clean out in Vegas. And then Elon Musk was in the news yesterday. He announced that the first patient to have that brain chip implemented has made a full recovery through his company Neuralink and is now able to operate a mouse. And the only practices he's been told to do are just keep clicking the mouse. So now he can look at a laptop or his phone and control a mouse with his brain. Now, pretty small peanuts, but the idea is that this is going to help, at least they say, with autism, obesity, depression, everything. If you can rewire your brain in certain ways without pharmaceuticals, they think the effects could be long-lasting and significant.
And how much did that guy get paid to do this study?
I don't know. And I've not seen a number released. I don't know that he even got paid. But they had tons of people signing up to be volunteers for this.
Oh, wow.
Tons.
Would you volunteer to do it, Riggins? You're into all of this kind of stuff.
I think it's interesting, but no, I would not. Not to control a mouse. Now, if you tell me, hey, we're going to make you thin and
well, maybe it will end up doing that. And I would think if you did this part of it to help launch the thing and do all of the initial tests, then they ought to replace it when they get the master done for free. So then you could be able to do anything just from sitting down. You could lose weight sitting down just by thinking about it, whatever you could do.
Continuously upgrade you as you go along.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm sure they will.
But how much money would it take for you to do it? In the like what this guy's doing?
100,000.
Yeah. What about you?
A couple. I'd say $1 million at least, probably 2. But I wouldn't even have a discussion for $1 million.
Mm-hmm. I'd let them just completely take my brain out for $11,000.
If they could let me sleep, I'd do it for free.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the idea. It's like it's limitless, is what they're kind of implying.
Patting you in the face with a shovel.
So those are a few things that are now trending.
There's something happened in the security world, a quote unquote security glitch, that has left people saying, well, that's bad, but what's next? What could happen next? Which is the really scary part. Next. Hang on.
Get Ace and TJ anytime, anywhere, at your convenience with the Ace and TJ Show podcast. Available wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ is next.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help. Because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ Show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group. Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
On your phone, on your radio, in your car, on your iPad, on your computer, and on the Ace and TJ Family app. Anytime, anywhere, for your entertainment. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Take D-Rob, how did you not alert us to the fact that Little Caesars is going to start selling pizza by the yard?
I don't know. My hookup at the Little Caesars in Fort Mill did not inform me.
They are testing a new pizza which will be sold by the yard. So it's long rather than being circular or square. One version features a full yard of Detroit-style deep dish, 8 slices of 3-meat treat, and 8 slices of pepperoni. The slices will be stretched end to end to make 1 yard, which is 3 feet, 36 inches.
See, I consider myself to be up to date on the culinary trends. But I swear, all these people talking about Detroit pizza, I thought that it was just a pizza shaped like a gun that had the serial number off of it.
They say they're only available now in select locations in Virginia and North Carolina.
Well, when I heard the news, I looked this morning around all the ones that I would go to. They don't have it right now.
But how do you sit that on a table? You just can't buy it's a yard of pizza. What do I do with that?
I'm guessing it's like individual little trays in that 3-foot situation, so you probably can split it up once you get it.
Oh, no, I don't like that. If you're going to say we're selling it by the yard, it better be
a yard of pizza. Yeah,
not just like pizza stacked up.
Yeah, you gotta. If you're in a car, you gotta be having to put down the back seat to get it in there.
Like a 2x4.
Seems annoying. And I don't. Granted, I don't know enough about it, but my first thought was, who needs that? I'm fine with a round or a square pizza. I don't need it stretched out to a yard.
Stick it out the window like a fishing pole.
Yeah.
Well, Ace, I look at that too. Is that the Little Caesars people, as you know, have always been great with marketing.
Yeah.
And so they I'm sure that they just have a silly little creation room, that they sit around and come up with these ideas. Yeah. But I bet you people are going to line up for this. Just to say, I got pizza by the yard.
Well, Rob was investigating it, hoping it was somewhere around him.
That's a good party situation.
So
Yeah,
that
since
is
you're Mr. Party Man.
Hey, you know me.
so. When you see, do you get an email ever like, oh, there's been a security breach on this and that, and do you do anything?
No.
Like I have LifeLock, and so I don't worry about it all that much. I guess you should.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
Different thing.
Oh, that's a different. Yeah, right. Different. Thing.
But you see
That's
those
Life Alert.
Life alert. Yeah. Not life alert. I was like, you're too young for that.
But the smartphone, the smart camera maker Wyze, W-I-Z, told users there was a security glitch. Now, here's what has people weirded out, because this is a security glitch that goes next level. Their security glitch last week let thousands of users see footage from other people's cameras.
Oh.
So it wasn't just that people could access your account. It was actually showing people unknowingly cameras at other people's homes and businesses and all. They say it's a breach on its iCloud computing partner, which supposedly got overloaded and connected incorrect accounts and incorrect amounts of data. They say they realize it's disappointing since their business is security.
We got overloaded.
I'm surprised that's not a way of getting into or showing that you're into a committed relationship. You know, I'll let you see my doorbell camera if you let me see yours. If you give me access to your doorbell camera, that means we're getting hitched.
So it's as if they were just all of a sudden TJ is at home and he can suddenly see the camera at your house, Riggins, and you have no idea that's happening.
Yeah.
But here's the jumping off. But then I guess that's the question. A lot of people are saying, okay, what's next? What does this mean? What happens next? Because with smart TVs and all that, and people were speculating. Netflix. What if Netflix is suddenly broadcasting what my smart TV sees? Or my computer, what if it's broadcasting my computer camera, my iPad camera to other people?
It's the risk you take.
You know, Netflix and chill, and everybody's watching. Do we need that? So people are understandably kind of freaked out about that. I mean, next thing you know, you're in the new arrivals section on Netflix. Like, oh, is that me? What is that?
It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, if you can compare it to like when people have baby monitors and you could like pick it up on other people's baby monitors.
Yeah.
Now that the technology has advanced, the same thing is happening, but that's the risk you take by having cameras all over your house. I mean, that are connected to the internet.
That's why you got to keep your cameras blacked out all the time, though.
Yeah, or don't have in every room. I mean, it's just the risk you take that it's connected to the internet all the time.
But imagine finding out, like, how many people, were 1,000 people able to watch me in my home, whatever was going on in my home?
Yeah, don't have cameras in every room.
There is a story in the annals of the Ace and TJ show that is one of the most classic stories ever. It involves a breakup and a lady who realized her relationship had ended while she was waiting on a U-Haul. That's kind of the point where we start some of the most incredible, unusual breakups you've ever heard of. Guaranteed, there is something here that you will talk about the rest of the day with someone. Coming up next.
Miss part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities, and we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
Our nation's second president, John Adams, always slept on the left side of the bed. He believed this would increase his chances of having positive dreams and a more successful next day. That's why every mattress we sell here at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress includes a left side.
And for those that prefer waking up on the right side of the bed, our mattresses come with one of those too.
This President's Day, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic sets. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Miss any part of today's show? Catch up anytime on the Ace and TJ Family app or wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Many years ago, there was a lady that came on the Ace and TJ show and told us one of the most incredible stories ever. She and her boyfriend had decided to move into a brand new place together. He had moved into her place for a while, and they were going to move into a brand new place together. Bigger, better, faster, stronger, all the good things. And they had spent a couple of days boxing everything up. And they had already put the down payment in and everything they needed for the new place that they were going to be renting. Let their landlord know they were moving out. Everything was handled. And he said, I'm going to get the U-Haul. And she said, great. And she never heard from him again. His friend picked him up to go get the U-Haul. And she sat outside in the garage, sitting on the boxes, waiting for him to return. And he never came back. She never saw him again. And that's how the relationship ended.
In his defense, it probably did take a couple of days to get all the paperwork done and everything.
I mean, it's just such an overwhelming situation then, because now you have nowhere to live. Now, I believe the landlord had not yet rented the place. She was able to call him and stay where she was. But now you got to move your stuff back in. It's just that you have such a mess. And again, she said, you're just sitting there waiting. Like, he's been hours calling, getting no answer. He just disappeared. She's never spoken to him again since that day. Not that she wants to now.
Yeah, if I picture Riggins doing that to break up with somebody.
Like, Hammer Run, get the sandwiches. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And then he moves.
He just doesn't want to deal with
Sometimes
it.
it is easier to just do that. I get it.
I just couldn't break her heart face to face.
I wouldn't do it, but I get it.
Yeah, it just moved away. And I always picture her, garage door up, excited, sitting in the garage. Maybe there's a couch in the garage. It's a couple pieces of furniture in the boxes, like ready for him. As soon as he comes back, we'll load this up and do the last bit of moving.
Yeah.
And he just never returns. That is, to me, the strangest breakup I've ever heard of.
That's really funny, though.
It's hilarious, not in a good way.
Speak for yourself.
Couples break up all the time, and usually it's face-to-face, at least a text message or a phone call, but it's done person to person, typically, in some fashion. But what is the weirdest way someone has broken up with you, or the weirdest way you broke up with them? And I'm telling you, just driving away to go get the U-Haul on the day of the move and never coming back is probably unbeatable. But how close can we come?
Yeah, and that was before emojis in text messages and stuff. So, I mean, you couldn't even call that ghosting.
Yeah.
But if that happened today, that would be the ultimate ghost.
Yeah, I mean, that is ghosting at its core, just before it was hot.
That is ghosting at its finest right there. So at the Ace TJ show, we've already got some of these entries, and a couple of these are just crazy. But if you want to get in and you want to be anonymous, you can always just DM us at the Ace TJ show on social media. Promise you will have something you share the rest of the day coming up next.
It's a radio show, it's a podcast, and it's a TV show. Watch the Ace and TJ show anytime. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. I think somebody didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com. It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
Great food, great drinks, great service, and great atmosphere. You can find them all at one place. Fahrenheit on South Caldwell in Uptown Charlotte, 21 stories above the city. Get details and make reservations at acetj.com/Fahrenheit.
Available when you want, how you want, on the Ace and TJ family app. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
The strangest breakup you've ever been involved in. Could be you breaking up with them, could be them breaking up with you. Let's get this one out of the way because you knew we'd get something about moms. Kelly said, I was dating a guy in college and it seemed like there was always an issue with his mom. She was never mean to me, but cold, as if I wasn't good enough for her family. After just over a year of dating, we got into a discussion about his mom and how he tells her everything, and I wanted parts of our relationship to just be for us. The next day, his mom called me and said since she was so much trouble, he would no longer be dating me. When I called him, he had blocked me. I have not spoken to him since.
Wow. Is that worse than the story we had a couple weeks ago about people taking their parents into job interviews with them? You got your mama's breaking up with somebody for you?
They're both bad, but I think taking your parents to a job interview is worse. Mm. Yeah, mom said, I guess I'm just so much trouble. He's just no longer going to be dating you.
Yeah, were they adults?
Well, they were in college.
In college.
Dated for just over a year, she said, in college. And then he just blocked her. Like, what? She's blocked on everything. See you later.
Mama said block you.
Right.
I love that.
No discussion. Mama said it.
Rob said, I love it. Were you going to have your mom break up with Meredith? No, I don't think so.
Maybe we'll see.
He's thinking about it now. If it ever comes to that, it could be. Sally said, he had a sympathy balloon delivered to me in class by his new girlfriend.
Oh, what?
While she was wearing his Letterman's jacket. Whew. I understood pretty quickly.
I mean, I don't care. But to do that, she was lucky to be getting away from him. He's rotten.
Yeah, there's a real...
And I'm a vindictive person. Y'all know that.
Yeah, that's just mean.
But I have my limits.
That is wild.
What young guy knows about sympathy balloons anyway? What are you, 100? I'll just get her a sympathy balloon.
So you're thinking that it was the new girlfriend's idea, the whole thing?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
It had to be.
Christy said, he emailed me and said I wasn't the same since my grandmother passed away, that he was ending our relationship. My grandmother had only passed away 2 days before I got the email.
You've changed.
You're different.
I don't know what it is. Ever since your grandma died, you've been different.
Yeah. What? She's been dead 48 hours. I'm a little different.
You're bumming me out. All this crying.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wah, wah.
Was this about your grandma again?
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, wait, let me guess. Mourning your grandmother? Ugh.
Same old thing every day.
Brooke said, I hadn't heard from him in a couple weeks. And then not sure who, but he broke up with me because he got high on pot and proposed to another girl. She says the crazy thing was we had an arrangement where we could date other people, so he wouldn't have been cheating on me if he just hadn't gone and gotten engaged. Yeah. I was the one who wanted that since I had feelings for someone else and was never really in love with him. We were only together for 2 months, but it was just weird that he broke up with me by getting high and getting engaged. Fair.
Strangest breakup. Michelle said, I was the one that did the breaking up. I once broke up with a guy while I was asleep. He called early on a Saturday, and allegedly I told him, if I don't want to hear from him at 7 a.m. on a Saturday, I probably don't want to date him. And I hung up. After a couple of days of not hearing from him, I called him, and much to my surprise, he tells me that I had ended the relationship on Saturday morning. I could not argue with my own logic.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you don't mess with women's sleep. They don't like that.
And strangest breakup. Again, it's funny now, but this is super mean. He sent me a text to go look at his MySpace page that had pics of his new wife and daughter on their honeymoon. Apparently, he was dating me and the other woman at the same time.
And the daughter went on the honeymoon with him?
Yes. Hey,
poor child.
Go check out my MySpace page, and you go and find out, oh my gosh, not only is he no longer dating me, he's now married.
Go check out my MySpace.
It's got some information you're going to want to have.
It's way better than TikTok.
Wow.
I'm on Friendbook and MySpace.
Yeah, but again, that turns out to be just mean.
Look, how I planted this corn in my farm field that says "Get out." That's a message to you.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Beyonce's Back on Top, coming up and now trending.
Live on your radio and anytime you want on the Ace and TJ Family app or wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culvers.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.